So the regular season has wrapped up. It's playoff time. Yeah, we're looking ahead. And as always, hockey time coming to you right here from the campus of Lawrence Tech.
CHAMPS Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Hey, what is up? It's time for another edition of Hockey Time. Not just any edition. It's a playoff edition. Along with my broadcast partner, John Kidd, I'm Sean Belegian. Johnny, let's drop the puck. Let's get those playoffs going. Games already in progress by the time you're watching this.
Absolutely, and we're going to be previewing the playoffs a little bit later in the show. I head to Dearborn for our Coach's Corner segment, and we'll have an update in our National Coney Island High School Hockey Player of the Year race. And our Alta Equipment Company main event, we go to the west side of the state as Holland West Ottawa took on Granville.
And we're going to give you all those highlights right now.
Keep them on the perimeter. All right, we take care of both houses and keep the game simple. You guys ready to go?
The Saginaw Valley League Championship on the line with Midland Dow playing at home, taking on Saginaw Heritage. Both teams coming in at a perfect 8-0 in league play. Heritage gets an early power play just over 3 minutes in, and they take advantage of the opportunity. Mark Merrill lets it fly from the point, right off the stick of Brad Hagan, giving the Hawks the early lead. The Chargers with a chance to even it up with a power play of their own. Billy Van Sumeren finding some open space, but Jacob Winters makes the stop, keeping Heritage up by 1. Dow then with another chance to tie it up with another power play in the second, but check out the play from Matt Cole, using his speed to set up the 2-on-1, gives it up to Brady Rappoon, who gives it right back for the goal. The shorthanded score, putting the Hawks up 2-0. That was enough for Jacob Winters. He makes another save on Van Sumeren from point-blank range. Then in the third, he stops number 98 one more time. Winters stopped all 21 shots he faced, getting the shutout in a 2-0 win. Saginaw Heritage wins the Valley title with its 20th win of the season.
It's great. Valley Champs 2 years in a row. It's amazing. It feels great.
And for us to, for 2 years in a row, win the Valley, we have a really tough league, and great accomplishment for our kids. They dug deep tonight. It was like a playoff game. We had good goaltending. I think our defensive play was really good. Good PK, blocked a lot of shots. Guys did all the little battles. So to win a Valley championship this year, last year, huge for our guys.
And we have a better spot to be than right here, right now, in front of our fans, our home, our faculty, our staff, and we're going to win hockey because that stung last time, didn't it? I told you to remember that sting.
Ann Arbor, Gabriel Richard playing its final game of the regular season, looking to avenge a tough 4-3 loss earlier this season against a Grosse Ile team that was looking to win its 7th straight. The Irish score first, Quentin Gove puts it on goal, Edwin Zashiri is there to stuff in the rebound. Going the other way, it's Evan Lemerand looking to tie it up, but Jake Janowski makes the stop. Grosse Ile still looking for the equalizer in the second on the power play, but it's Jack Lipinski getting the shorthanded breakaway, and the freshman knows how to finish, going to the backhand to make it 2-0. Then in the final minute of the second, Lipinski scores again, set up by Jack Waldo. That's goal number 26 in 25 games for Lipinski, giving Gabriel Richard a 3-0 lead. The Red Devils finally get on the board in the opening minute of the third. Evan Lemerand lets it fly, picking the corner to give them some life. Still down 2 with 2 minutes to play, the Devils pull their goalie, and it's Benjamin Carter from the point cutting the lead to just 1 with 1:52 still to play. They were oh so close to tying it up, but Adam Karjanian's shot hits the side of the net, and Gabriel Richard holds on to win it 3-2, wrapping up the regular season over 500 at 12-11-2.
What do we do when we win the game, baby?
We're a really young team. I think we have like 8 freshmen. I think that's like a pretty young team. For a young team, I think we've been doing pretty well this year.
We've been on the unfortunate side of some of those games where we've had some leads late and blew them, a handful of them really. So to be able to hold on to that one, that was a big one for our guys. It's good for their psyche going in the playoffs.
I'm Zach Herrick from the West Michigan area on the ice in the OK Fisher division. Second place Hutsonville looking to tie Mona Shores atop the conference. The Sailors, meanwhile, looking for their first conference title in 10 years with a win. Hutsonville would get on the board first. Luke Ritz, nice dangle into the zone and finds Ryan Blackburn out front for the score. 1-0 Eagles early on. But minutes later, Mona Shores would respond. Connor Whittaker's poke leaves the puck on the doorstep for Nathan Taylor, who finds the back of the net, and we're tied at 1. Plenty of offense to go around in this one. Just 40 seconds later, at the end of the period, Eagles captain Brendan Schultz wrists it home. It'd be 2-1 Hutsonville at first intermission. The Eagle faithful fired up. And that score would stand until the third period thanks to saves like these from Sailor goaltender TJ Howbetler, who closes up the chance by Bryce Ball. Minutes later, the Sailors turn that into offense. Clint Molema to Jacob Librant, who fires a slap shot from the point and ties the game at 2 late. From there, the momentum would shift. Ty Langlois into the zone to Andrew Taylor. No, but Langlois crashes the net for the rebound, and that gives the Sailors a 3-2 lead with just over 4 minutes left. And Hobetler would not let the Eagles tie it up late. A pad save on the breakaway, followed by the stick saving the day. Mona Shores wins their first conference championship in 10 years. The locker room enjoyed it after the game.
That it was us against everybody else. And you came through, you did what you had to do, and we got the job done. So, proud of you guys. First conference championship in 10 years. That way, Sailors. Way to go.
Game 25, okay, conference championship. Okay, I want to go out with a win, right? Let's get our job done tonight, okay, and then carry our momentum off into the playoffs.
I'm Sean Belegian. We stay on the west side of the state as Grand Rapids Catholic Central took on Byron Center in the final game of the regular season on Saturday night. We pick things up early stages of the first. 2-on-1 break for Catholic Central. Grant Koy-Kendall slides it over to Harvey Holman. He puts in his third of the year to give the Cougars a 1-0 lead. Byron Center would respond just a couple minutes later. It's the junior Ryan Pratt knocking home the rebound, his first goal on the campaign, and we're tied at 1 after the opening period. We go to 2.5 minutes to go in the second. Byron Center on the man advantage. Logan Nicholas gets it over to Carson Vincent. He puts it home, and the Bulldogs head into the third, leading 2-1. Byron Center would increase its lead in the final period. Catholic Central fails to get it out of the zone, and it's Nicholas getting it to Josh Freusland. He snaps her home for his 6th goal on the year. Bulldogs now up by 2. But the Cougars would respond just 30 seconds later. Holman with the quick dish to Koy-Kendall for the goal. CC now down a goal. And they would tie this game up a couple minutes later. Kevin Patterson keeps the puck in the BCN. The shot is wide, but Koy-Kendall there to put in the rebound, and we're tied up at 3. More from that man, Koy-Kendall, in the third. Here getting the puck off on a breakaway, goes top shelf for the natural Hattie. Grand Rapids CC takes the lead 4-3, and they would carry the momentum the rest of the way as the senior Ben Clay gets his name on the score sheet, his 11th goal on the season, as Grand Rapids Catholic Central goes on to beat Byron Center 6-4 your final, as the Cougars end the regular season by claiming the OK Conference Brew Division title.
We carry forward, and we keep moving forward, and we march forward. We march together. Let's get it done. It's going to be a good test tonight. Good test tonight. Opportunities. It's all about opportunities. Make the best of your opportunities.
We go to the east side of the state for a MAC OAA crossover as Utica Eisenhower was at home to take on Birmingham Unified. Utica Eisenhower looking to win its 13th game on the season. They would get on the board just a minute and a half into this one. Senior Parm Baez there in front, pokes home his 9th on the season. Eagles out to a 1-0 lead. Birmingham Unified looking to win its 3rd straight, responds just 30 seconds later. They keep the puck in the Eagle zone, and it's the sophomore Lucas Nyes putting it into the back of the net. We're tied at 1 after 1. We go to under 2 minutes to go in the second now. Kings would take the lead right here as Nyes would wrist it top shelf for his 2nd goal on the game. BU up 2-1. Then over a minute later, it would be Nyes once again. He goes off to the races after the faceoff with the puck, goes top right corner, this time for the natural Hattie. Heading into the 3rd period, Birmingham Unified up by 2. Utica Eisenhower would cut into the deficit in the early stages of the final stanza. Man advantage, senior defenseman Kevin Galleretti puts it home, Eagles down 3-2. After BU makes it 4-2, Ike would respond with 7 minutes to go in the contest. Junior Matthew Pellegrino puts in his 4th goal on the campaign, and the Eagles now trail by just 1. We now head under 2 minutes to go. Eagles trying to even the game up with the extra attacker. Sam Militello's shot from the point is stopped by Birmingham goaltender Sean Petrovich, and the Kings had an empty netter as BU goes on to beat Utica Eisenhower.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm Kevin Trozinski. The Rochester United student section was ready for this OAA conference showdown as United took on the Clarkston Wolves. Rochester United coming in winners of 5 straight, and they would light the lamp just 7 minutes into the contest. It would be the sophomore Finn McCautry at the right place to knock in the goal to give United a 1-0 lead. Clarkston would answer just 2.5 minutes later. Cameron Thomas feeds it to Logan McGirvin, and the senior puts in his 9th goal on the campaign. We were knotted up at 1 after the opening period of play.
You guys, no damage done. We got through it. We got our legs going a little bit. We knew it was going to be a battle, good physical fight. All right, good hockey team. All right, but this is your night, okay? All right, you guys have to go out there and focus. Work hard, and earn your dub. You understand that? All right, come on, boys. Let's go.
Early portion of the 2nd period, Rochester would take the lead once again. McCautry gets the steal and goes on in to stuff home his 2nd goal on the game to give RU a 2-1 lead. And they would add another one just a minute left in the period, as the senior Matt Canaris backhands it in for his 21st goal on the season. Heading into the 3rd, Rochester United led 3-1, and it would be all United on this night. In the final period, Austin Zach's shot from the point is redirected by Jacques Poussier, and it goes into the back of the net, as Rochester United would go on to win its 6th straight by beating Clarkston 4-2 the final.
Hey, it's time now for our main event brought to you by the Alta Equipment Company. Let's head to the wild, wild west side of the state. How about this one? West Ottawa and Granville. Let's go.
We're getting healthy, good things are happening. Let's make sure we're focused on what needs to be with our process, and let's get out and come out flying.
Here we go. Final game of the regular season for both Granville and Holland West Ottawa. Granville indeed comes flying out to start this one. The freshman, Andrew Pullman, who came into this game with no goals on the season, well, he would score the first 2 goals of this one. Bulldogs lead 2-0 after the opening period of play. More from the freshman, Pullman. Just 3 minutes into the second now, he buries home the rebound. Natural Hattie. Granville now up by 3. The Bulldogs barking once again. How about just 14 seconds later, it's a sophomore Gavin Rosemont puts in his 10th on the campaign. Just like that, Granville up 4-0. West Ottawa looking to win its 11th game to close out the regular season with just over a minute to go in the second. Check out the moves here by the senior Owen Hauskamp. He buries his 9th on the season. Panthers down 4-1 as we head into the third. Granville would regain the 4-goal lead as Jonathon Dubbing gets the pass in front, puts it into the back of the net. Bulldogs up 5-1. But that's when Holland West Ottawa would start to mount a comeback. Following the Granville turnover, the senior Luke Leiner chases down the puck, puts in his team-leading 23rd goal on the season. Panthers down 5-3. More from West Ottawa just a minute and a half later. It would be the junior Jake Neitzel putting in his second on the contest, and now they just trail by a goal at 5-4. Now, 30 seconds to go in this one. Panthers on the power play. They pull the goaltender, 6-on-4. Leiner shot from the point goes off the boards, right to Brennan Clark, who puts it away. The game is now tied at 5, and we're heading into overtime. Just a mere 36 seconds to go in the extra session. West Ottawa gets the game winner right here. Hauskamp to Caleb Lowell, and the senior puts her home. Holland West Ottawa wins a thriller to cap off the regular season, 6-5 your final. The main event is presented by the Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time.
All right, welcome back inside the studios, brought to you by the Alta Equipment Company. So, Sean, in our main event, Holland West Ottawa beats Granville 6-5 in overtime. West Ottawa 5 unanswered goals to win.
Yeah, you know what? 2 teams to keep an eye on. There's no doubt about that. First of all, congratulations to West Ottawa. Granville with a nice year. Young team took their lumps last year, taking a step up this year as well. Going to be 2 intriguing watches come playoff time.
Muskegon Mona Shores beat Hutsonville 3-2 to claim the OK Fisher Conference title. It's Mona Shores' first conference title in 10 years.
Well, props to them, no doubt about that. The Sailors were a team that a lot of coaches said they're going to be dangerous come playoff time, so keep an eye on them come playoff time as well.
Saginaw Heritage beat Midland Dow 2-0 for its second straight Saginaw Valley League title. Good momentum for Heritage going into the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, this is a situation where they've made so much noise now for so many years in a row. This shouldn't surprise anybody. This is going to be a dangerous team. John, we've had them in the top 10 for a while, top 5 as a matter of fact, for a few weeks as well. Dangerous, dangerous team. JJ doing a great job, Coach Bamberger, with his squad.
We go to Ann Arbor. Father Gabriel Richard holds on to beat Grosse Seals 3-2. A good win for a young squad heading into the D3 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Quint Robert did such a good job for so many years with Northville, and he's going to continue to do a good job with the Irish. Dangerous team. If they get some goaltending, look out.
We go to the OAA. Rochester United beats Clarkson 4-2. They are on a roll heading into the playoffs. They won 10 of their last 12 games.
You've seen them do this a few times, kind of catch fire late in the year. Those are the teams that you don't want to face in the playoff, you know, that can ride whatever the case may be. If you remember last year, it was goaltending. They had some great goaltending down the stretch, so things going right for RU.
And we had a OAA MAC crossover with Birmingham beating Utica Eisenhower 5-3.
Well, that's a big win for BU. I mean, Ike has been a team it's gotten it done for so long with Coach Hall at the helm. Nice win. Keep an eye on these teams. You know, somebody's capable of pulling off an upset somewhere down the road. Hey, high school hockey fans, join your fellow hockey fans at Little Caesars Arena and witness the top college teams compete for the NCAA National Championship. All session, single day, and group tickets options are now available at ncaa.com/Frozen4 or Little Caesars Arena Xfinity box office. The Frozen 4 experience is something you do not want to miss. You can also take in the Frozen Fest right outside the LCA in the Chevrolet Plaza. The interactive Hockey Fan Fest is free to the public. Bring the kids or get together with a group of your hockey boys by locking in your chance to see the NCAA Hockey Championship. Tickets available now at ncaa.com/Frozen4.
Lauren Plant here to tell you that Lawrence Technological University offers 27 sports. Track and field and even men's volleyball, just some of the newest offerings. There is nothing quite like the feeling of being a college athlete. I know you dreamed about it. Well, check this out. If you go over to LTUathletics.com, click the Be Recruited tab on the homepage. Fill out the questionnaire for your sport, and the incredible coaching staff here will get it. Recruit yourself. You can even intern with the State Champs Sports Network team while you're living the dream and getting one of the best education out there. It begins at LTUathletics.com.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Today on Game Changers, we're going to be talking about how to pick the right athletic shoe. Do you pick your athletic shoe by picking the latest style or your favorite color, or do you use a team shoe? Well, if you answered yes to those, it's probably not the best thing for your feet. To improve your performance and help prevent injury, the shoe is the most important piece of equipment you can put on your body before a sport. So the first thing you should look for is, what does the heel counter look like? That's the back of the shoe here. When I push down, it should be fairly stiff. That'll hold your heel in place when you're moving side to side or changing direction. If it moves down and goes flat like this, you're more apt to sprain your ankle if you're in a sport that's moving side to side. The second thing you should look for is, where does that shoe bend? When we're running and jumping, our foot bends right at the forefoot or right across the toes. And that's where your shoe should bend when you flex it. So when you come down from a jump, you're going to land on that ball of that foot. The shoe shouldn't just bend in half. That won't give you quite enough stability when you're on a running, change of direction jumping sport. And you want to make sure that your foot fits nice and comfortably across that bend point of that shoe. So when you pick your athletic shoe, make sure you pick one with a good heel counter and a correct bend point, and that'll help prevent injury and improve your performance.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at Dearborn Unified, Brian Dallas. Brian, welcome to Hockey Time.
Good to be here.
All right, so the regular season is now ended. Now it's the playoffs. Just give us a recap of your guys' season.
Well, it's been one of our better seasons in history, quite frankly, in terms of wins and losses. We've played some good games along the way. We won a tournament here. We finished first in one of our leagues. Overall, I've been very pleased with the team's effort all year long.
And now, what's going to be your message to the boys now that it's the playoffs?
Well, we need to tighten up in the defensive zone. We've scored a lot of goals this year, led by our top line. They've done a great job, but we've been a little lax in the defensive zone. Let's put it that way. Giving up a little too much in the house, and we need to tighten that up going into the playoffs. And I'll be telling them that. The shot that you didn't block back in January that ended up in the net didn't really cost us the season, but it could moving forward. So if you're not willing to get in front of it, then it could end up costing the whole team.
Talk about your guys' regional. Obviously, you got Northville, Salem, Allen Park, and Cabrini. Just talk about the teams that you could be facing in the regionals.
Well, we've got Ann Arbor Huron. I think we're prepared. We've been competitive against teams of their caliber all year, so I feel good about that. We get through that. The top part of the bracket is very competitive. Not that the other bracket isn't, but you got Northville is the clear favorite, I think, in the other half.
I always ask each coach this: how much you enjoy this coming out on the ice each and every day? Obviously, you won a state title back in 2002 with Divine Child. You've been with these guys for over 7 years now. Yeah. Just talk about how special is it to be out with these boys each and every night.
I love it. And I actually talked about maybe stepping down when my son was done playing in 2018. I've been doing it for quite a while, as you mentioned here. But I can't get it out of the blood. I just love coming to the rink every day. It's like my teaching job. I get up every day and I go to school and like my job. And I come to the rink every day. I like coaching. I love being around the guys and, scouting games and going to tournaments and, being at the rink with them every day and, and working with them, not only on hockey, but, different things that they have going on in their lives. So, as an educator, I love it every day.
All right, Brian. So, good luck to you guys in the playoffs, and and thank you for joining us here on the Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.
What's up, hockey fans? If you're also looking to get the latest highlights and news in boys basketball, you need to check out State Champs Hangtime Michigan. We comb the state for some of the best matchups featuring some of the top teams and players. State Champs Hangtime Michigan is for hoops junkies, and it premieres right here on the State Champs Sports Network and the State Champs app, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right, it's time now for our National Coney Island High School Hockey Player of the Year update. So it's the playoff time. So is there going to be extra onions for the playoff?
Oh, it's always extra onions. That goes, day in, day out, 24/7, 365, and in leap years, 366. Extra onions.
We are now freezing our top 10. There are going to be no changes, right?
No changes. We had one last debate. I'm not going to tell you who it was. A couple guys thought that another guy should go on there. The biggest debate that we had is who goes off the list. And based on that, we decided to make no change because, John, to me, I think you have 10 guys that you'd be hard-pressed at this point in time in the season to say, you got to come off this list. All 10 guys deserve this, so that was a mitigating factor.
And this is obviously the perfect time for these guys to step up and to claim this award.
Well, yeah. We were just talking about it off the air, folks, and, John's real good about putting that snazzy graphic up all year. You all know what the criteria is. Don't say you haven't been warned all year. We've been doing this for years now. Here's the criteria right here. John, that's where you're supposed to put the graphic up. So here's that criteria right here. Based on our criteria, absolutely, positively, this award can be won if your team goes on a tear and you play the way you've been playing and find a way to win it all.
And remember, you can cast your vote at statechampsnetwork.com. The leading vote getter will never get removed off the list. Joey Cormier from Trenton is still leading the vote. And I just want to let you guys know that on March 9th at noon, we are ending the vote. So whoever has the most votes on Monday, March 9th at 12 o'clock will be our online vote winner in the National Coney Island High School Hockey Player of the Year.
Looking forward to it. It should be a great playoff, and hopefully we get a chance to see all these guys do as they've done all year long.
One thing you may not be clued into is that the MHSAA is committed to transparency when it comes to the health and safety of the student athletes. They've made it real easy for athletes, coaches, parents, and administrators get the latest news and information regarding concussion and mental health issues, the benefits and problems with sports specialization. They've even got simple ways to deal with exhaustion and more. You can even watch the State Champs Michigan Emmy Award-winning show, Concussion and the Modern Athlete, right now. It's all at the health and safety page on MHSAA.com.
It's time now for the MHSAA Hockey Clip of the Week, and it goes to Caleb Lowell from Holland, West Ottawa. Here, scoring the game-winning goal with 30 seconds left in overtime to beat Granville, and that's your MHSAA Hockey Clip of the Week.
All right, Sean, it's playoff time. It's our prediction time. It's our favorite time of the year. I know.
It's their favorite time of the year because they mock us when the season ends.
I noticed too. I'm sure you had it too. You had probably had coaches and some players don't pick us for the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the kiss of death. I already told two guys that they got the kiss of death, so they're not going to be surprised when this happens. But we'll see how it plays out.
All right, we're going to take a look at some of the regionals to look at, and we're going to start in Division III in the UP. You could see a possible Houghton-Calumet regional final.
Well, it's always so tough, especially, you might have a given year where all three of those teams are really good. When I say all three of those teams, I include Hancock. Listen, Hancock's playing better as of late. We've been talking about them on the show. But, John, again, it's a crying shame sometimes. You're talking about two of the best teams in the state having to play each other early in the playoff.
We go to the west side of the state. You have a good one with teams like Grand Rapids Catholic Central, Forest Hill Central, and even Jackson Lumen Christi in that region.
Yeah, it's interesting. Lumen Christi, we talked about it when we were at the showcase. A lot of people started talking about them, and they've been ranked. We've had them in the ranking the last couple times. I've been pretty consistent about this the last couple months. I'm going to stick to it. I think Forest Hill Central is the class of the west side. I have them in the top 10 in my latest rankings. We'll see if that holds serve come playoff time.
Let's go to Downriver. Two teams we have talked about basically all season is Riverview and Riverview Gabriel Richard. they could clash in the regional final.
Boy, wouldn't that be a dandy? I mean, there's so much good hockey being played down there. You know, Allen Park is another team in that area that could make some noise. So, Johnny, that would be epic. You know, both teams have been ranked at various points in time this season. Riverview in particular really been playing well as of late.
And to the east side, we could possibly have two MIHL teams could face each other in the regional final with UAD Jesuit and Grosse Pointe South.
Well, you know, and as well as UDJ has been playing, including a win over GPS, I don't think anybody should want anything to do with the Cubbies right now, the way they're playing. You get a big gun back. It just seems like everything's coming together right now for UDJ. But GPS has been outstanding all year. That top line is good. They're good on the back end. When they're playing well, boy, they can beat anybody.
And we're staying in D3. How about a potential regional semifinal on Saturday afternoon between Cranbrook and the two-time defending state champs in Country Day?
Cranbrook's really coming together. You know, they crept into our rankings this last time, and I think rightfully so. I'm going to say it again. I still think that DCD is the team to beat in Division III. They have just been on some kind of tear, so that could be a dandy.
All right, Sean, so who's going to be in your Final Four in Division III?
I've got Forest Hill Central, Riverview, Calumet, and Detroit Country Day. I have Detroit Country Day winning 3 times in a row over Forest Hill Central in the finals at USA Hockey Arena. One of the things we are doing differently this year, I hate the term sleeper because you know what? Everybody knows what's going on now. How about we do something, John, along the lines, don't be surprised if ... this team makes the run. And I'm going to go with Riverview Gabriel Richard. I really think that that's a team. You know, I know, as you were just talking about, Riverview's had their number, but this is a team that has been there. They've done that. They made a run last year. They've had some big wins this year. So that's going to be my don't be surprised ... team.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit different than yours. I have Calumet taking on Grosse Pointe South, Riverview Gabriel Richard taking on Forest Hill Central, and then I have Forest Hill Central taking on Grosse Pointe South with Grosse Pointe South winning its first hockey state title since 2007. And my don't be surprised if it's going to be Allen Park.
Jags.
Jags in the Final Four. That's going to be my don't be surprised if in Division III. All right, we're going to go in Division II. We start with 2 teams that could face each other in the regional finals. That is Mona Shores and Traverse City Central.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting because, you know, again, so many people said, look out for Mona Shores. They're going to be coming together by the end of the year. We've seen that happen. TCC has been a top 10 team all year long, at least around that range. So I kind of like Coach Givens in that one.
A region to keep an eye on is in Chelsea when you got Trenton, Ann Arbor Skyline, Pioneer, and Woodhaven. By the time the show airs, Trenton and Skyline has already played each other, but this is a tough region.
I think the landmines in that one are incredible. I mean, it's a tough draw for Trenton. There's no doubt about it. Pioneer and Skyline have been ranked pretty much the last couple of months. Woodhaven's a dangerous team. I think that's a very dangerous bracket for Trenton. Do I think Trenton comes out? Yes, but that's very dangerous. You know, Skyline, Pioneer, they're capable of pulling an upset.
All right, in my Division II Final Four, I have Livonia Stevenson taking on Heartland, Marquette taking on Brother Rice, and in the Division II title game, I have Brother Rice taking on Livonia Stevenson, with Livonia Stevenson winning its first state title since 2013. And my don't be surprised if it has to be Trenton, because you can't not be surprised when Trenton makes it.
You know, it's interesting. We have almost exactly the same, almost. Heartland and Stevenson, Rice and Marquette. I have Rice over Stevenson for the championship. And I'm going to go with the legend up in Traverse City, Coach Givens and TCC. That's going to be my don't be surprised ... team.
All right, and we finish up in Division I. A regional to keep a good eye on is the one that has Brighton, Howell, Orchard Lake, St. Mary's, and Clarkson.
Ooh, is that dangerous? I mean, really, that is a dangerous bracket. Howell's been playing so well. I think everybody knows the talent that Orchard Lake, St. Mary's has, but it's March, so it's Brighton. You know, it's what is it? January, February January, February. Brighton, I think, is more appropriate. So they're going to be tough to beat.
Another one that we could see in the regional finale is Rochester and Macomb, Dakota.
Yeah, Rochester had that run again. Good goaltending. Dakota's been ranked at various times this year. So look again. I keep saying this, and these aren't just words. The possibility exists for one of these teams to knock somebody off and punch their way a round or two further than anybody thought.
Possibly see a KLAA regional final between Salem and Northville. Northville is under 500, but has 2 solid goaltenders. And when they played each other earlier in the season, Northville and Salem only won 2-1.
Well, it's interesting. I've seen Northville a lot this year, and I'm with you. Their goaltending, that can take you far, especially when you're talking a one-game elimination. The worst thing you want to see is that guy that can just own you. And I think Northville has a goaltender like that. So that'll be really intriguing. In my own backyard, I'm going to see a lot of that action, to be sure.
And you have on the west side of the state a region with Granville, West Ottawa, and Byron Center.
Wide open there as far as I'm concerned. It really is. I think you could make a case certainly for Granville. You could make a case for West Ottawa. You could make a case for Byron Center. So that's going to be fun. But we have to pick one. I'll tell you who it is in a minute.
All right. And so in my Division I Final Four, I got the Bay Reps taking on Detroit Catholic Central, Brighton taking on Saginaw Heritage. And in the state final, I got Detroit Catholic Central taking on Saginaw Heritage for the second year in a row. And for the second year in a row, Detroit Catholic Central takes the Division I state title. And my don't be surprised if I got Byron Center in the Final Four. So, Sean, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I got Byron Center. I have Byron Center going and taking on CC Heritage and Brighton. I'm going to go with Brighton over Heritage. So I think we're going to have the Catholic Central Brighton matchup. I'm taking Catholic Central. Don't be surprised if Howell. I've seen them a few times this year play really, really hard. They've got a couple nice wins. They came close on a couple different opportunities, but if there's a team capable of pulling that big W, it might be the Highlanders out there.
Like we said in the years past, either prove us right or prove us wrong, or if you guys did prove us wrong, me and Sean will be ready to take those pictures with the jerseys like Sean has over the last couple of years.
I have no problem doing it. Yeah, call me out. That's why we're here. It's fun, though. It's all in good fun. We all have fun. Best of luck to everybody out there. But this is why you play the playoffs. And so often we've seen it in the past, John, the chalk doesn't necessarily go through. We've seen some massive upsets the last few years. Might we see one this year?
And also quickly, what do you think about the 3-week playoffs?
I love it. It's such a great idea. I mean, listen, kudos to the MHSAA. Kudos to Cody and the Coaches Association for making this. It's about baby steps. And, in years gone by, teams were gassed, absolutely gassed, when you have to come back and play another game. You get those extra few days out. To me, John, as well, from a fan level, it builds to a crescendo, when you're able to elongate it a little bit. So everybody is ready to explode and have a great weekend at USA Hockey Arena in a few weeks.
All right, so that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. It's the playoffs now. Win or go home. Remember, you can follow State Champs on all of our social media channels, and you can download the new State Champs app that is available on Android and iPhone. So that's it. So, as always,
we'll see you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. National Coney Island, doggone good. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechanger.